All right, brothers, we're on number 9 of the top 10 things that men screw up in relationships. And today we're talking about a subject that makes most men either extremely uncomfortable or extremely overconfident: letting intimacy die. Now let's clear this up from the jump. Intimacy is not just sex. Some of y'all just lean forward like, oh, we're talking about intimacy. Say less. But listen, if the only time you think of intimacy is when the lights are off, there's some sexy jazz on the stereo, and a few candles are lit, you are missing the point entirely. I've been married to my amazing wife, Holly, for almost 30 years. And for way too long of that, I had this genius formula in my head that went something like good husband equals I take out the trash, I show up to a few events, and then I initiate intimacy like a caveman. And when that didn't work out, I was confused, and to be honest, many times I was pissed off. This happened though because I had no idea that emotional and spiritual connection are the foundation. The physical intimacy is just the fruit. You can't microwave intimacy with, 3 kind words to her, maybe a back rub at 9:47 p.m. after you ignored her all day. That's not romance. That's negotiation. 1 Peter 3:7 says, husbands, in the same way, be considerate as you live with your wives and treat them with the respect as the weaker partner and as heirs with you in the gracious gift of life, so that nothing will hinder your prayers. Now, don't trip over or get hung up on that weaker partner phrase. Peter is talking about physical strength, and it's also in a cultural standing in the time period. It's not about value. What you need to focus on here is the word considerate. In the Greek, it means according to knowledge, with understanding. Peter's saying, hey men, get to know your wife. Learn her, understand her, connect with her. Why? Because she's not a roommate. She's not a checklist. She is your God-given partner in this life and the next. And if you ignore that connection, Peter says that your prayers might hit the ceiling and bounce back. Whoa, think about that. God ties how you treat your wife to how he hears your prayers. So yeah, intimacy matters deeply. But here's what we're up against, men. We live in a world that over-sexualizes everything and it undervalues connection. The result too often is that we bring all of that into our marriage. In fact, I did a Google search about this exact issue. And although I found a ton of info, in short, the experts want us to know that, hey, when it comes to that, men are like microwaves, women are like crock pots. And if we take the time to warm them up, you can get what you're looking for, whether that be sex, love, affection, all those things. Unfortunately, those expert opinions will help with the mood. They don't address the root of this issue. We think a couple of physical moments a week is enough to sustain a lifelong covenant. Meanwhile, our wife is over there emotionally starving while we're celebrating a new intimacy PR. So how do we revive true intimacy? 1, connect emotionally first. Ask her how she's really doing. And then don't flinch when she actually answers you. Lean in, be present, care. 2, lead spiritually, together. Pray with her, read scripture, talk about what God's doing in your lives. Spiritual intimacy builds trust, unity, and passion. 3, be consistent daily. Small things matter. Hugs, encouraging words, helping without being asked. You don't build intimacy with the big gestures. You build it with those small daily deposits over and over again. Let me tell you from experience, when I started focusing on all of the areas of our relationship that weren't sex, our marriage came alive again. And the physical connection, that became a celebration of what was already happening emotionally and spiritually. It wasn't a substitute, it was the fruit of all of that. So here's my challenge for you. This week, Prioritize intimacy that has nothing to do with the bedroom. Plan a date, have a deep conversation, pray together. Watch what happens when she feels emotionally safe, spiritually seen, and relationally valued. Because great men don't chase pleasure, they pursue connection. Until next time, as always, live faith-fueled and battle-ready.